How's it guys, JK from Old School Transformations, and in today's video, why fat burners is a total waste of money. So there's a couple of things that we have to discuss before we get to the nitty-gritty. The first thing you have to understand is you pick up weight and get fatter because you are in a calorie surplus. That simply means you have consumed more calories than you have burned, and that energy, the extra energy, cannot disappear magically into thin air. The first law of thermodynamics: energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be moved from one place to another, or it can be used. So if you have energy that you haven't used up, it gets stored, and the body stores that energy in the form of fat, or to be more precise, triglycerides. So the second thing to know is that your body only uses or burns fat when it needs to. It's the stimulus that drives this process. The first one would be exercise or activity. The second one will be if you are in a calorie deficit, your body will need to burn fat. So let's try and understand how the body burns fat. There's three stages. The first one is lipolysis. The second one is where fatty acids gets transported through your bloodstream into the cell. The third one is beta oxidation, where the fatty acids that's stored in the cytoplasm of the cell gets transported into the mitochondria. Firstly, once the stimulus is there, once you are in a calorie deficit or you are active, you're busy training, your body releases an enzyme called lipase. Lipase basically breaks up the triglyceride into glycerol and fatty acids. The fatty acids is now available to be used as an energy source. It gets transported through the bloodstream by a protein called serum albumin into the cell where it is required. It goes into the cell, into the cytoplasm, where carnitine, you might have heard of carnitine as well, transports the fatty acids from the cytoplasm into the mitochondria, where it is used to create ATP, which is the body's energy currency. Now, once again, it's important to understand this whole process that I explained to you now is a very basic, rudimentary explanation. There's actually a lot more that's going on. What you need to know is this process happens only when it is required, when there is a need or a stimulus, when you're training or when you're active, or when you are in a calorie deficit. That's when this will happen. Now let's get to the fat burners. Can a fat burner, in fact, hack this biological process that I just explained? The fact that there's lipolysis, the transport of the fatty acids, and then also the transport of the fatty acids within the cell. Can an over-the-counter fat burner that you buy from your health store actually help in this biological process? And the answer is no, it cannot. People think that if you drink a fat burner, it goes into your body and it magically starts burning fat. No, that's not the truth, but people believe this. So I always tell people, empower yourself with the truth. And this is something that supplement companies do not want to hear, because it's $1 billion a year industry and they rely on people's ignorance. So I'm telling you something that you perhaps do not want to hear, but it's the truth. And if you take this information and apply it in your life, it will most definitely assist you in reaching your goals. So, does fat burners work at all? Yes, to a very, very, very small degree. How does it work? If you look at the ingredients, you'll see there's normally things like caffeine and green tea. So these are stimulants, and what a stimulant does is it makes you more active, more awake. You'll be moving more. When you train a little bit harder. So that will actually be one of the stimulus that I discussed to help your body to burn fat. It creates that stimulus in the fact that you'll be more likely to be more active, and secondly, you'll be more likely to be in a calorie deficit because you would probably be burning more calories. Secondly, some of these fat burners contain appetite suppressants. So if you eat less calories or consume less calories, there's a bigger likelihood of you being in a calorie deficit as well. That is the driver or the stimulus that the body needs for this fat burning process to take place. It also states on most of the fat burners that you should drink at least 8 glasses of water a day. By drinking water, you fill your stomach up and you're less likely to overeat. That's how far the fat burning process, or how the over-the-counter fat burner will help you. It cannot hack the body's biological processes. Do not believe that nonsense. It is only a support structure, and you are paying a fortune for something that you don't really need. You can go out and drink a couple of cups of coffee a day or green tea, drink 8 glasses of water a day, and you will get exactly the same effect than you'll get from a fat burner. The third thing where I think a fat burner might be helping is the placebo effect. The fact that when you drink fat burners, you are less likely to eat as much because you are aware that you are on a diet. Is it worth your while to buy fat burners, and do they work? They will help a little bit. But when I say a little bit, perhaps 1 or 2%. It's better to follow a sustainable nutrition plan that you can follow for the rest of your life. Have a sensible exercise plan that you can follow for the rest of your life as well, that you actually enjoy. That's all you need. You don't need anything more than that. Guys, short video. I hope you learned something from this. I hope this empowers you and helps you to reach your weight loss and your fitness goals. You can look me up on Instagram and on Facebook. Also, please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. I'm trying to grow this channel. Also, bell icon for video reminders. I try my best to do at least 3 videos a week. Also, for coaching, go to my website www.oldschooltransformations.com. I've currently got some specials running. You can also mail me on oldschooltransformations@gmail.com. And for now, I'm out.